Welcome back to the OJ podcast. I'm Olivia, that's Jamie, and this week we're talking about my favorite race track of the season, Interlagos, Sao Paulo, the Brazilian GP, which I may have accidentally mistyped as San Paulo, and I didn't realize it until after I already typed out San Paulo and posted a TikTok.
Were people commenting on it?
No, but I didn't notice until I went back and I said something to my dad, and he was like, "Yeah, you misspelled that," and I'm like, "I did."
Damn.
And I looked back and I was like,
even your own
and
dad.
I fixed it. Well, yeah, I have. Unlike you, I didn't block my family from watching this, so.
They don't need to see any of this. They can be completely in the dark.
They make fun of you for it already. They know, they just don't watch.
They don't really make fun of me for it.
That's fair. Mine make fun of me. All of them.
Whatever. It was a pretty interesting weekend, I would say.
It always delivers.
There was a lot going on. It did not rain as much as it was supposed to.
I was not happy about that, by the way, because I have been saving on fantasy my no negative points. The entire year I've been saving it for Brazil, expecting a typhoon, and I was like, this is brilliant. And I still won fantasy this week. I think partially because of that. Mm-hmm. But it could have been so much more beneficial if it had rained. I feel like I wasted it. I could have used it 2 weekends ago. Yeah. And it probably would have been better for me.
See, here's the problem. I didn't know really what those were, and so I wasted them so long ago. So I think next year is when I'll come back in my fantasy abilities.
Literally, the only thing I had paid attention to, because I didn't understand what some of the other ones were. I didn't understand the cost cap one, really. Because I was worried it would, mess everything up and I'd have to go back in and I'd forget. I didn't understand that until, you did it. And now I'm like, okay, it's I already had a plan for the no negative. I saw that one at the beginning and I went, that one's getting saved. And the first time I saw it and was going through, I'm like, this one right here, Brazil. Yeah. And I should have honestly used it at Silverstone or something, but whatever.
Yeah, but I'll come back in fantasy next year.
You used it at Silverstone. You would have really benefited from that.
Oh my god, yeah. Silverstone is the only one that I've gotten negative points in. Negative.
Do you know how hard it is to get negative in fantasy?
It's because I had 2 times on Isaac at the time, and it completely screwed me over. Oscar had the penalty, screwed me over. All of it was bad. Bad.
I beat Kai with the no cost cap, though, this week.
Yeah, you did.
Shocked.
But Kai, a lot of the front runners didn't do well. A lot of the front runners and the front teams.
Because they were in second going into this weekend. So it made sense to pick Ferrari for constructors. Completely. Every decision they made was completely logical. But it's Brazil.
And none of that happened.
I told them, because I chatted with them 2 weeks ago, but because they had set it up well in advance, and I was like, I don't know if I would do that one for Brazil. Yeah. Because, you never know what's going to happen, and they're like, it's too late, I'm bitter at Jamie for doing it, rah, rah, rah.
What?
Anyway, they were really mad you did it, 2 weeks prior.
Why?
It was on the text.
It was
They were mad, but they were frustrated. They're like, I thought we all agreed not to do it.
We did not all agree.
I'm sorry.
There was no agreement.
But
there was no agreement that we couldn't use all of the chips. No agreement.
I had used mine in the past, and I know Jamie had. So it's just Jamie was the most egregious because Jamie did amazing that week. It brought her up into the lead, overall points, and she was not doing well before that, so it was a big shock to our system.
Yeah, and then now I have 2 of my predictions have nothing because I'm a busy woman, especially on the weekends, and I just keep forgetting about it.
I was on break at work, and I saw the pop-up for sprint qualifying in less than an hour, and I went, lunch, so I was
I told myself I was going to do it after sprint qualifying. But the problem was after sprint qualifying, I had a meeting, and then I went to the trainers, and then I went to practice, and then I went out for dinner, and
It was a lot. Yeah.
So
I was on my lunch break, so I interrupted. So I have a few jobs because I'm a working woman. Jamie might be a busy woman, but I'm a working woman. That sounds kind of weird. Moving on.
yeah.
Anyway, I interrupted the job I was doing on my lunch break at my other job to go fill out my predictions.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, I wrote 650 words in 45 minutes today. Then I came home and I was actually productive and I wrote another 400 words. So tomorrow I only have to write another 1,000 words and I'll be done. And I already have stuff like set up for it, so I should fly through it.
For my super secret writing stuff, I think I wrote like 600 words in the past hour.
I'm gonna read that later.
And I'll be writing it then, because I have momentum. Anyways.
Did you find your notes ever?
No. I do not need to
anyway,
I do not need to be reminded of the 40 chapters of loss I have right now.
I'm actually sad for you, because, like, I actually really like the book you're working on. That's what it is. I'm going to call it a book.
Yeah. The plot. I remember the big moments, but I don't remember. Anyways.
Yeah, Jamie writes a lot. I honestly also write a lot, but I have fallen completely out of the habit of writing for fun, because my second job, we're going to go main job, second job, third job, I guess, to describe it for privacy's sake. My second job is a heavy writing-based job. Basically, I write freelance for a different podcast. So this is obviously unscripted. But I write freelance for another podcast, and I need to at least get to around 2,000 words per podcast. I go over all the time, so like getting to 2,000 words really isn't an issue for me. It's actually kind of keeping it contained, but sometimes I go under, obviously. But it's like 2,000 is the goal to get to, and then it's like however else it goes to is fine. But yeah, basically because I'm writing all the time, it makes it really hard to be able to free write. So I actually got back into planning one of the books I've been talking about for years writing, but like I haven't been able to get back into it because I wrote the plan and went, I'm exhausted from writing. I need to go lie down. And it never happened.
Anyways, let's get into the race.
Right,
or the weekend, I should say. FP1. Obviously it's a sprint weekend, so they only had one practice session, and that meant it was very busy and very full of traffic. There was a lot of traffic complaints during practice. So Yuki.
No crashes from what I saw.
No, there was crash. Yuki.
Remember this. What happened to poor Yuki?
He lost grip on turn 5. He went into the wall. He didn't really have any, like, full sustaining damage. He was able to get back to the pits, but he was out. They were fixing suspension or something until there was 25 minutes left. That's when he came back out. And he crashed probably 5 minutes in, maybe. So...
Speaking of Yuki, a TikTok I posted about Yuki did very well. And I would like to say to the people in the comments saying that I shouldn't sympathize for a grown man, I second that with, I don't care about your opinion. I'm allowed to sympathize with someone when they're left behind at the airport. Sorry, I have emotions.
Oh, yeah. We actually had a good week on TikTok. A weird week.
I know. We had a few others hit like over 10K as well, and I'm like, and our growth for followers like has been like at least 40 people, which crazy. We're a small media group right now, so like 40 people for growth is a lot for us. So we're just like, we were stuck at what, like?
We were stuck at like 280 for the longest time. And now we're at like 380. So like we've had a jump. a jump.
So,
Yeah.
I think it's because, one, we're entertaining, but two, our our TikToks are actually rather funny.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting more now, so, like, stay tuned for that.
There's there's 3 videos that will happen every single race weekend. 1 or 2 of them are me changing the standings of my wall for the constructors and the drivers. The 3rd one is my roommate she curses a driver, and that driver keeps doing bad. Like, every race weekend, she curses a different driver.
I love who to curse for the next race, by the way.
If you paid her?
I didn't pay her. You texted me for her, and I went, wow, Jamie just mixed this up. You have to curse one of her drivers this week. And she went, who should I curse? And I initially went Oscar, and then I took it back, because I went for the standings. For the Drivers' Championship, I need it for entertainment, for it not to be Oscar. So I told her to curse Isaac.
That's coercion. It's not gonna work.
I don't know if it'll work.
I don't think it'll work because that's coercion.
Isaac.
That is coercion.
Anyway, I tried to employ the witch. I do think the curses need to come naturally, but if Isaac is cursed, it is because of me and Ella. Are you going to go talk to her? Are you going to Jamie? Anyway, Ella's magic, because she cursed Oscar 3 races ago, and Oscar, that was
I got
Austin.
it.
So,
anyways.
That was Austin.
So.
Oh, yeah, we have a curse board.
So there's a curse board now that is on my wall in my dorm room. And so, it's my roommate. So, at the United States Grand Prix, I had pissed her off, and she cursed Oscar. That is Mr. PP. He DNF'd the sprint and got 5th in the race. And then, for the Mexico Grand Prix, in the comment section of a TikTok, she cursed out Liam, who is Cowabunga. And
I don't even know why she chose Liam. She just went, Mr. Cowabunga is next. And then
he also DNF'd in that race. And then for this weekend...
And at that point, she took the curse off of Oscar, and Oscar did okay.
Yeah.
Because she got pasta salad.
Yeah. So, this weekend, she fully cursed Charles, who is personal pit stop, and she mini cursed Oscar because I accidentally stepped on her bad foot. Yeah. That's how Oscar got cursed. Anyways.
We need to publish this after the season ends, by the way.
Charles DNFs and Oscar got a 10-second time penalty.
And he DNF'd during the sprint.
But the DNF doesn't really count because she cursed him after the sprint was done.
Okay.
Because it was after that morning.
Funny. It's
so
funny. Anyway, moral of the story is Ella is magic.
Yeah.
And it's not even that she's cursing every driver and we're taking, like, the results for, like, our jokes.
She is specifically
one driver. She's happening.
During the sprint race, she was like, "Ugh, I hate Charles. His proposal was terrible."
Like, how dare he use his dog?
Yeah, she hated it. But yeah. Anyways, curses are happening. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, whatever, Ella.
Because if I bet you, if Olivia pisses off Ella in some way, George will get cursed. And then if I piss off Ella in some way, it's Oscar.
I would never piss off Ella.
I don't mean
yes,
to.
I am. You live with her. I have an advantage. Right?
Yeah.
I text her every once in a while, and, like, we're good.
Like,
she'll send me memes.
I'm about to have next season, because I'm assuming this will continue into the next season. It's about to be 100%. The 2 of us living in a room together.
No, it's Kylie, not Ella. Or is Ella staying in a 5th year as well?
No, next season starts.
Yes. I just automatically next school yeared it instead of 2026.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna have so many ways I can piss her off because we are the only 2 living together. I'm sorry, Oscar.
Don't get a roommate, like, randomly.
I don't think so.
Considering they haven't moved anyone in yet, I think it might be okay. Hopefully.
But anyways,
Yeah.
after Yuki crashed, Max also lost some grip in the same spot. He did not crash, obviously.
What was Red Bull doing up until...
They were doing terrible up until Max,
Honestly,
pulled
Max
some
just
shit
needs
out of
to
his
make up
ass.
15 spots every time he's in Interlagos. It's the only solution.
Only solution. Max stayed on hard tires the entire time, so that's why he was really low on the time, or like on the listing at the end of practice. Kimmy ran into some traffic and got really angry. He had to like swerve around 2 cars. Jolyon Palmer, one of the announcers, had PTSD the entire session that he kept bringing up this same race, I think in 2016, and talking about how his PTSD from it. They had a little therapy session.
Oh, poor guy.
So, Oscar tried to move out of Isaac's way and almost hit him, so Isaac complained about that.
I saw that. Isaac was whining all weekend.
Yeah, he was. He didn't do bad either.
A lot. It's not shown on the main broadcast. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
He gets it from Max.
But...
He gets it from Max, and we all know it. Because Max complains a lot, also.
Child.
And Alpine blocked Lando, also at some point. Lawson and Yuki complaining about being in the way. They were complaining about each other, I'm fairly sure.
They hate each other, I'm convinced, because they both want that seat.
Oscar this weekend probably had his best weekend. Oscar probably had his best week. Like, in terms of pace, he's had his best weekend in a while. Because his pace for everything was fine.
Yeah,
versus other races, he was falling behind because of his pace. Like, Hamilton did, like, 3 pirouettes at the end. Like, he was almost into the wall also. He did not end up in the wall, but... Sprint quali. Q1...
Have you seen what Ferrari has been saying? How, like, their drivers aren't supporting, like, Ferrari enough, and that's why they're losing? And it's like, one of your drivers has literally sold his soul to you and the Tifosi. Like, calm down, guys. Like, you're just bad.
It's a little crazy. I saw a TikTok about it. I have not seen the actual things of it.
So if this is fake news, sorry.
I don't think it is. I don't know. I haven't seen any actual things.
I think you've seen 2. So, like, that still could be fake news, but I'm inclined to believe it because it's Ferrari and they would say something stupid like this.
Yeah.
Great strategy to retain your drivers.
Sprint quali. Q1. My first question was, why are the Aston Martins doing well? Fun fact, I hate Aston Martin with a passion. With, like, a deep, deep passion. No. I hate Aston Martin. Anyways.
Oh, I gained a really strong appreciation for Fernando. And I think it's because he was funny in that, like, one race in Singapore. And then he's on my fantasy team. So when he does well, I get a lot of points specifically from him. And when he does well, I get the most points from him. When he does poorly, I hate him. But he's been doing okay.
Yeah, they're second to last on my rankings. Obviously, Alpine is last.
I think Flavia's funny.
As an Oscar fan, I have to hate Alpine. It's just the case.
Gasly
Gasly was doing well also, and in parentheses I went, makes sense. We know what happened last year. The Saubers were also popping off in Q1, and we had Sainz, Ocon, Tsunoda, Lawson, and Colapinto out.
I forgot I was working during this session.
Yes.
Yeah, you were too, right? Because it was delayed, or you had practice or meet.
No, for sprint quali, I was just doing other things.
Oh,
because it was Friday.
Yeah, I was at work, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to go out and get work pants, which happened to be sweatpants that look fancy. It was a brilliant buy. I'm wearing them right now, and I'm so cozy today.
Q2, Fernando was at the top for the start of it, and I think he stayed at the top the entire time, for fastest lap. Charles had spun on his last outlap, which caused Lewis to not be able to improve, and he got kicked out in Q2. So that's pretty much all that happened.
In response to that.
What?
I'm looking at our messages because this is where I take our notes. If I'm looking at my phone while we're podcasting, it's because that's what I was thinking during the race. So, like, I just text Jamie, and that's my notes for the session. But I like Jamie's response being, also, there's a TikTok video where I totally forgot to remove my backing noise from something, and you could hear me yell in the background of it. I don't remember which video it is, but I popped, like, I know I saved it because I, like, will pop up if I'm, like, scrolling through my videos, and I'm there, like, I'm out of the Midwest for so long. Why am I still saying, and I did it again today at work. I went, sorry.
It's such a fun word.
I go, yeah, I honestly do enjoy the idea of but for me saying it feels like I'm kind of betraying my region, you know?
I say it all the time. All the freaking time.
I do miss it a bit, though.
Behrman, Bortoletto, Gasly, Albon, and Hamilton were out in Q2. Q3, I don't know why. This was my first question I put on here is, why do George's hands look way too big for the wheel? Because it's like, the thing, like, he's tall, and that's probably why. But it's the thing of, I think the Mercedes, like, steering wheel is a lot smaller than most steering wheels, and then he's tall and has bigger hands, and it just doesn't fit. Whereas you look at all the other drivers, and it's like, it fits their hands. I don't know. It was like they were showing his onboard because he was going pretty zoomy, and I was like, huh?
I just texted you my joke because I didn't want to remove my text.
Why did you text it on Snapchat?
Because I have my notes up and I'm not totally
You're not losing. I read it. But whatever. Oh yeah. They also, for some reason, Oscar was doing his outlap. It wasn't his fast lap, and they decided to show the time of his outlap.
Oh, that was so great.
And it was like plus 33 seconds.
Broadcast all weekend. So we actually saw the same stuff for once, or the same announcement.
I was like, why is it plus 33 seconds?
I really appreciated Kimmy just basically stopping on the road to not give any slipstream. I don't even remember who. But he just practically stopped.
I wrote Kimmy is an absolute beast.
He was amazing this weekend. His first lap of sprint quali, where he got second, was from his first run. So, like, he didn't improve, and he was still in second. And it's like, imagine he did improve. I think he had a tiny, like, misstep somewhere.
Yeah, he did.
But, like, I don't know why. Maybe it is he got possessed by Senna.
I think he did. That's what my theory was. He went to the grave and he got possessed.
Yeah. I
like,
respect it. The thing is I can't have him doing too much better than George consistently, because this is now 2 races in a row where he's finished ahead of George. And I do not want any excuses at all to get rid of George on Mercedes. I refuse.
I realized I said this to you wrong, but after this weekend, technically, so it's the best modern example of it, because sprint races are a pretty new thing. Kimmy's best comparison is actually to Oscar, because they have the same amount of, so far, they have the same amount of podiums in their rookie season. If Kimmy gets more, then he has more than Oscar. And they actually, most of them, they have the same type. So Kimmy's obviously had his third place, and now he's had his second place, which Oscar had third and second in Grand Prix. But then Oscar had a first place in a sprint, but Kimmy's only had a second. So that's the only difference that there is, but they've had the same amount. And they're both...
Especially since McLaren had such a car advantage this year.
Kimmy's higher than Oscar in the championship, though. But I think Oscar was there in 2023, and that was a really competitive year.
The first half of that year
and
McLaren was also, terrible.
McLaren was absolute dog shit at the beginning of 2023, whereas the Mercedes this year has been consistent throughout.
It's consistently mediocre.
Okay. It's consistently top 10, which is not mediocre, versus the McLaren of 2023 beginning, where it was consistently bottom.
I recognize that it's better than yard. I'm not idiotic.
The Mercedes has won races this year. It's fine.
George has won races this year in the Mercedes.
He has a rookie with him. The rookie's not gonna... What?
George has won races.
Okay. The Mercedes has won races, but it's with George. Whatever. And then the top 3 for qualifying was Lando, Kimi, Oscar. And then we get on
Shall we get into the sprint?
Yay.
That sprint was fun.
It was fun until after the crashes, and then it was like...
I had fun. I said to you, I think Oscar just hates sprints. I think he just decides he wants to go home. Just DNF. He just turns and is like, I'm done. Wait.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's the fact that since Azerbaijan, Oscar has had the same amount of DNFs that he's had his entire F1 career before then.
That's actually a crazy stat.
Which is like, oh my god. So, at least, okay, I think all of them before, now they were all in Grand Prix. At least 2 of these were in sprint races.
Yeah, I think that makes it slightly better.
Yeah. But anyways, Lando was beating the bottling the start allegations this weekend.
Oh.
He's been having beautiful starts. George was able to move up and Kimi was able to keep second. Liam, in typical fashion, sorry Liam, you might become the new Lance in my head. Liam, in typical fashion, hits the back of Ollie, and Ollie spins.
Wasn't it Ollie who said it's always this guy?
It was Ollie that did.
You know what? That's my favorite radio of the weekend. I was thinking radios to the Grand Prix. That was my favorite radio because I've never felt more embodied by a driver. Because it is always Liam. Every time.
Yeah, it's definitely switched from Lance to Liam, in my opinion. To all the Liam fans, I'm sorry.
Lance has been pretty solid this season, though, in all fairness to him. I don't like giving Lance credit, because I don't particularly enjoy Lance.
I don't either.
Lance has had, 1 DNF this entire season, and has caused, 2 crashes max. And he's usually at 50. So it's okay, Lance, we respect the effort. Liam, on the other hand, if you look, it's always Liam or Yuki causing people to crash. It's Liam going into Ollie.
The Red Bulls.
It's Liam going into Carlos. It's Liam going into Yuki.
The Red Bulls.
Oh my god.
But Lewis was also able to get a massive jump at the start, which was good for him because, he was in 11th. And then we get into the fun part. So, even, no one blames this on Lando, but I feel like you need to start with Lando to explain this entire situation. Kimi kind of blamed it on Lando, but that was during the race.
Did you see the, Lollipop Man comic? I know you don't like those very much, but did you see the one where where it's, Deputy Kimi? He has learned from George well.
He's learned. So, obviously, the track was wet because it had rained over the weekend, or over the night. And so, it was kind of a damp track. And so Lando kind of goes into the curb and sprays some water onto track. Kimmy...
It's not the cause of the crash, by the way. It's just what Kimmy thinks is the cause.
It was... Well, like, I'm not saying it was Lando's fault. Like, he didn't do it unintentional. But the water being on the track and those 3 cars not expecting it...
Look, Oscar, Nico, and Franco all took the curb with the water.
Yeah.
So I think them all taking the curb...
But Lando took the curb also. So it was Lando.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was Lando moving the water that they weren't expecting it. Obviously, because they took the curb before, they weren't expecting it. Anyways, but Lando does that. Kimmy goes past just fine, and Kimmy immediately goes, "Lando put water on the track." Immediately. Oscar...
The announcers were so thrown off by that, by the way, because they had just gone over how much explaining, like, oh, all these 3 took the curb. Like, it's clearly that. And then the radio message pops up while they're in the middle of, like, determining that was the cause, going, I put water all over the track. And they're like, aww.
Yeah. But Oscar takes the curb. Oscar loses his front wheel. He spins. He tries to correct himself. And I think, honestly... the only person who got out of this and didn't try to correct himself and didn't spin all the way around was Hülkenberg, and I think that was the better option. But...
well, let's remember, Nico has so much experience, and he's crashed in Brazil a few times.
But Oscar, he hits the wall on his backside. Or, no, was it the front? It was the front. It was the front. So Oscar hits the wall on the front. His front suspension's done. He's out. And then you see maybe 2 seconds later, there goes Hülkenberg. Same exact moment, same exact wall.
None of them crashed into each other, by the way.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
That was crazy.
Hülkenberg, unlike the other 2, hit the wall from his front.
Yeah, and he was able to go back in.
He was able to go back in.
The session was red flagged.
And then Franco had the worst, I think, out of the 3. I think Oscar's was not as bad. Franco does the same exact thing, the same exact place. The most concerning part was Hülkenberg was trying to move his car. At the same time, he was spinning and out of control.
No, if you look, too, the camera isn't on Franco, so he just comes into frame.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, huh. Yeah. Anyway, did you appreciate the SpongeBob thing I posted? Because that was the first thing I thought of.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw it. It's like, want to see me do it again? Want to see me do it again?
They all did the same thing. They all hit the curb. It was the exact same thing. They all lost. I think Franco lost his rear, but I think Nico and Oscar lost their front. I was a little concerned. So they were up on a hill, and Oscar, like, the park wasn't fully in park, and the car started sliding slightly backwards as Oscar was getting out of the car, and I'm like, like, it was inch by inch, so it wasn't bad, but I was like, huh, the car's moving.
I don't pay that much attention to Oscar, so I didn't notice that.
I noticed it.
He is your favorite, not mine, in all fairness.
It was a little sad to watch, like, Oscar pulled up his visor and, like, was rubbing his eyes, and I was like, oh my god. He is probably not a happy camper right now, because that's 8 points just gone. Like,
my dad made arguably the funniest comment of the race around this time, by the way. I think around this time, Max was complaining about how he had no grip. And my dad threw on a Dutch accent and was like, they're always complaining about how they have no grip. He has an explicit word in there as well. And then he goes, I have no grip. And then he's like, but none of them are worse than Piastri. He ends it with, like, complaining about Max being like, they're all so annoying, but Piastri's a whole nother level.
Oscar doesn't even... Wait, Max is the #1 complainer. What do you mean? Oscar is worse. What do you mean?
That's what I thought of it. I have it in the text around
If
this area.
Max's car is not to perfection, he will complain. Oscar will deal with it most of the time. What?
that no, I hate Oscar more.
The Oscar hate is so undeserved. So undeserved from your father. He does not give good reasoning. At all. I would say Lewis complains more than Oscar.
He liked Lewis, though. Therein lies the difference. He is very mad Ferrari's not doing well. He's like, they're Ferrari. Why are they not doing better?
Because they never do well.
I need to pick a whole new team because...
Oh my god. Anyways.
He's really excited for Audi. He's debating supporting Audi. And I'm like, they're Sauber if you want to support them right now. And he's like, no, I'm not supporting Sauber. What team name is Kick Sauber? That's stupid.
Oh my god. But because of both Franco and Oscar's car being there, they had to red flag the session. Which allowed for Hülkenberg to get an easy pit stop to fix all of the damage he had done, which was good for him. They get back out on track. Lando has a good restart, but Max doesn't, and which allows Alonso to come into play. And so it's Alonso versus Max for a good lap or two. Max ends up winning it out.
He can and will keep you behind him for as long as humanly possible. Fernando loves a good DRS train. And will just keep you there. Yeah.
In the end, Max wins it out and stays ahead. The other significant thing that happened during the sprint, there was Esteban versus Lawson. Esteban won in that one too. Of course.
I hate Liam.
Kimi was actually really threatening Lando in the end there. They were really close.
I was really excited. I was rooting for him.
Charles was able to get past Alonso to Ella's dismay.
Was Ella angry about that?
Yeah, because she was cursing out Charles.
She's like, my magic stopped working. I have to put it all in for the next race.
And then I didn't actually... So I watched the sprint live. But I watched Lando go over the line, and I needed to get going to where I was needed to be, because it was right at 9, and I needed to be at the place at 9, so I had to turn off the TV and I walked away. And then later on, Olivia is watching it and goes, oh my god, Gabby's crash was so bad, and I go, wait, what? Because
you had no idea.
I had zero clue.
Hit what was it, 56 G's or whatever?
So the first wall was 41, the second wall was 56. Because he went airborne.
Crazy.
Yeah. He almost took out Alex, too, because he was trying to pass Alex.
Yeah. He went sliding.
Yeah.
It was scary. Anyway, I'm really glad he's okay. His car was less okay. Gabby had a horrible weekend. He got home race cursed the worst out of everybody.
Kimi DNF'd in both of his home races, so...
That is true, but I would argue so did Gabby. Technically there were two, and he DNF'd in both. And one of them did a really bad
He didn't, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I think Kimmy's was a little worse. It was on 2 separate weekends.
The perspective of Gabby's crash. My dad sent that to me. I had no idea they actually went that fast. And I'm like, you see the numbers. Yeah, but it looks so different from this.
Yeah, because they I don't know what they do, but it slows it down.
I don't know what
I don't know camera stuff.
No, that is terrifying. Anyway, they let me keep my video of Gabby crashing, which I deleted because it was getting no views. But they got rid of my cars flying. They were getting lifted up by the little crane, and I just put the music. I giggled to myself, and I went, I believe I can fly. And I put it in the car. This is dangerous and reckless and showing people hurt. And I'm like, it's a car in a crane. Why am I getting in trouble?
So we now have a warning on TikTok, and we need to be extra safe.
The thing is I was safe. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually bought it. I put on the thing. I went, check this again, because there's nothing unsafe about it. It's literally a crane.
Yeah.
And a flying car.
But yeah, our TikTok now at the top, every time you open it, it has first warning as a massive reminder.
Oh, I have 14 days because I took the safety course, which taught me don't be inappropriate online. And I was like, what's appropriate about this? It doesn't make sense. I don't post people dying. I post a car flying with a crane. But no.
You took a safety? They have a safety course?
I'm getting rid of the mark, because if you have more than one, your account can get banned.
Yeah.
And I'm not risking our account getting banned. So it said after 14 days, our mark will disappear because I took the safety course. It took me all of 5 minutes. It was not a hard course.
Oh my god.
The answer's yes for every single one, by the way.
Oh my god, that's actually so funny. I did not know about this.
Yeah, if you click into it, I fought it. I went, this is fine. And then they made me take the safety course. And I went, I'll take your stupid safety course. And I took the safety course.
Oh, I love that.
I'm right. That's not dangerous. It's a flying car. What are you going to do? Like, if I were to post the Harry Potter, like, car with, like, Harry and Ron flying to Hogwarts, you wouldn't call that dangerous. But no. The one with an actual crane attached to it, making sure it doesn't fly away, that's not dangerous at all. Whereas Harry and Ron can fly into a giant tree that, like, crushes people, and that's perfectly fine. Whatever. I'm not bitter.
Clearly not. This is worse than I had a copyright claim because of stupid Sky Sports Mexico, which it wasn't even a Sky Sports broadcast. It was an F1 TV broadcast. What?
Whatever. I have intense anger sometimes towards TikTok and their algorithm. One, promote our content more. Two, why?
I know.
And it got taken down after 2 seconds. No one even saw the video. So was the algorithm or the app itself thinking it was unsafe? I don't understand.
I don't know. I didn't read their guidelines when signing up for TikTok.
I read the safety guidelines. Nothing I did. I went afterwards. I took the test.
Anyways.
I'm really mad about that, by the way. I didn't think I was as angry about it as I am. I'm actually quite annoyed. I'm a little peeved.
On to quali, because we should move on.
Before. Oh, I'm going to show the video because I sent it to Jamie. It's this. It is a car flying. It is both cars flying. That is it. It is my computer showing a screen.
Anyways.
It's fine. I sent it to Jamie, annoyed. I went, this has a warning, so don't post anything that can get banned for the next 14 days. And she went, okay.
Q1 started with an Oscar lockup. Wow. Anyways, Gabby was not able to make quali due to the car still being worked on. They really tried.
I bet if there was like 10 minutes left, they probably could have. Like if it was delayed.
Well, Gabby was in the car as the timer went up. Like, they were about to, but it was
like,
too late.
Not even like a minute more.
Yeah. There was a lot of speedy rookies. I
took no notes from this.
That's fine.
Wow.
I got you.
I did not find it that, honestly, quali was not that entertaining, I feel like. There wasn't much going on, so we can kind of zip through this.
Max was really struggling with the car. Like,
that's
really struggling. And Max's dad was being a dramatic little bitch again. Because I'm assuming you saw the clip.
Jos Verstappen when he popped up, because I don't like him.
I don't like him either. And the fact that just because Max was struggling in the car and qualified 16th, him storming out of the garage was crazy. Crazy.
I think he stabbed him with a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't like him. He's abusive and evil and really weird looking. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's Bortoleto, Tsunoda, Colapinto, Ocon, and Verstappen. Mostly normal people until that last one.
It's been years since Max was
Yeah, the last time I think was like 2022, 2021. It's been a while. Yeah. So, That was interesting. Q2. Gasly is just good in Brazil. That's just the gist of it.
The trick is a boat.
Mm-hmm. Ollie
if
and
there was rain, Gasly's on the podium this weekend.
Yeah.
Hate to break it to you all.
Ollie and Kimi were still at the top. They were at the top in Q1. They stayed as the top two for a while. Lewis was out again in Q2, but this time in 13th, and it was not Charles's fault. So Hamilton was just having a hard weekend.
Yeah.
Not his weekend. Ollie and Kimi ended Q2 in second and third, with Lando being first, which, once again, zoomy rookies this weekend, because Isaac was into Q3, and if you count Liam as a rookie, he was also there.
I was not happy Liam was there.
I know.
I really dislike that guy.
Yeah. It was Sainz, Stroll, Hamilton, Alonso.
Alonso.
Yeah, I was gonna slur that all together.
We get what you mean.
Q3, for the first fast lap, Toto was not happy with Kimi's time. He had a little Toto rage moment, like we tend to see.
Did he? I don't remember that.
Like, it wasn't serious, but he was just like, ugh, kind of thing. Lando had a lockup, which caused him to be 10th in the beginning. Charles then
I was worried for him, I'm not gonna lie.
As we were getting to the second fast laps, Charles started off taking provisional pole. Lando then immediately took it from him. It didn't last long.
Good broadcasting.
Kimi had an epic last lap to get second, and it was Lando, Kimi, Charles for the next race, with Oscar in 4th, and we had Max all the way down in 16th. I don't know where George placed.
6 or 7, because I think Isaac was in front of him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. 6?
6, maybe? I don't know.
He went up 2 places.
I only pay attention to championship contenders now.
He was in the running up until this weekend.
Was he? Everyone had to DNF for him to win.
Oscar DNF once. Technically, it's not a DNF if you finish after 10th. So if Max had stayed in the pit and copium.
Your case is invalid because of Lando.
I know.
Invalid. On to the race. There was exciting.
I think the drivers' parade. I loved the safety cars.
The drivers' parade was so funny. They were really trying to be like the Lego race, and it just didn't live up to the Lego race. My
favorite thing was randomly seeing George in the car with Red Bull after him meeting with the Mercedes. And everyone being like, "Why the heck is George with Red Bull?" I thought Max hated him.
My favorite thing was how many cars broke down. So we had the Mercedes car broke down. George hitched a ride with Red Bull. Kimi jumped in with Hulkenberg because Gabby had his own car. So Hulkenberg and Gabby had their own cars. Then we had the Aston Martins breaking down and jumping in with the McLarens, and then Lando immediately complaining about why the car was going so slow compared to the others, even though they had 4 people in the car.
Really?
Lando.
I also really enjoyed Charles just leaving the guy being like,
I have to go.
Sorry, I have to
go. Lando
massive corner to catch back up.
Lando live streamed that entire thing on his Twitch. You could not hear a single thing because it was so freaking windy. But I was giggling at the fact that Oscar still had shorts on, even though most of the drivers had like 2 layers of jackets. So.
What do you expect? He's Australian.
Yeah.
I did not watch the Twitch stream. I don't have Twitch.
I didn't watch it either. This was all the clips I saw. And then I'm fairly sure.
I haven't seen any of the
it was the Racing Bulls broke down, and then the Haas just pushed them. Yes.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yes.
I thought they rammed into him.
No.
The visual of
Isaac
Esteban going like this after that. I thought he was like the amount we usually do before our views just stopped. So I was like, I'm not doing the visual of Esteban like this.
Nope.
Although I thought Annika would have appreciated it, so I at least would have had one happy audience member.
Nope, they were pushing the racing bulls. So
that makes sense.
It was not a good race because all the cars broke down.
I was entertained.
It was still
because
entertaining.
The car drivers were there and they looked so happy.
But nothing beats the Lego race. I'm sorry.
Lego race was better. I'm
the
sorry.
Lego race is so superior.
Into the William.
It's
and he and Timmy being like victory.
It's so funny.
Oh, the race was so good.
Lando just
I want more races like this though. Give creativity.
Yes.
In Vegas, have them all drive floats.
Yes. Have them race the drivers parade.
Mini dice and have them run around the track, like in the dice where you can push it.
I love. So far, these have been the two best driver parades, just because. Let them race and let them be children. Come on.
They have fun too. You do see them maniacally giggling,
like
anyway, on to the actual race now.
Giggling the entire time.
It's been probably an hour and we have not gotten to the race.
This happens every time. Every time.
We have fun chatting, Jamie. We don't live together anymore, so it's not like we can like get it out in person. Like the tangents just happen naturally.
Unless you get my 15-minute long voice recordings.
I give you some every once in a while. They're much rarer though. Jamie will just like randomly get mad or something and be like, I need to tell you this.
I need to rant.
And then come back to the main point.
I need to rant, and Olivia gets me the most, so I rant to her because I think everyone else would judge me. So.
Oh, entertaining. I definitely have sent you rants as well, though, because I remember getting really annoyed at, like, I think a driver or something, and just being like, Jamie! Jamie needs to know to tell me it's okay.
Yeah.
Or sympathize in my anger and beat it.
Yeah. Anyways.
I'll send you, I get really angry now while driving, because driving in the city I'm nearby is very angering. I'm from work and I get really mad because I keep almost getting hit, even though I'm the one first at the four-way stop and I have the right plan.
Okay, we're getting on another tangent. We need to stop.
Sorry.
The race. Lando had a really good launch. That's just been a theme lately. Oscar did not have a good launch as Isaac was really threatening him. Isaac did kind of fall back and let Oscar go. George fell back. He lost position to
Jamie
Liam.
Realizes she forgot to do predictions right there and texts me in a panic.
I have 2 predictions where I'm at 0. Anyways. And I'm actually decent at predictions. Like, I'm not terrible at them. I just keep forgetting.
Yep.
I'm
immediately very sad that Gabby got hit. That's the thing I took away from the opening lap. There was some overtakes and stuff, but the real stuff is Gabby.
Gabby was into the wall on lap 1 after a situation with Lance. Sadly.
Didn't Lance get hit though?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is that something later? It was Yuki, technically.
Yuki hit Lance later, I think.
Oh, so it was Lance, and then Yuki hit Lance.
Yeah, but Lance didn't get a penalty for the Gabby one, so I don't think they fault him. I think
that one was a legitimate racing incident,
if
I remember correctly. It didn't look purposeful. Although, I did appreciate Franco when I think Lance got hit later and spun out going, deserved. So, I don't even like Franco, but I appreciated that comment.
Oh, we forgot to say, Franco's on the grid next year. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
That
I don't
happened.
think he should be. I don't think he's that good. Granted, he's Alpine, and he's honestly been doing fine against Pierre. But, he hasn't scored a point.
Yeah.
We have other drivers who I'd prefer to see more.
Yeah.
I don't think Franco brings much to the table.
Yeah.
Except for sometimes blocking Oscar, which I find amusing.
Oscar doesn't.
I know.
That radio message I have word for word memorized because I think it's gotta be in my opinion top 2.
Alpine screwed me over, damn.
Why did you go Southern?
wing would be much better.
But yeah, I think that's definitely top 2. It Must Be the Water is a pretty good one.
Nothing's gonna beat It Must Be the Water.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But because
I'm a seat full of water. Like, full of water. It must be the water.
Let's add that to the words of wisdom.
Really sells it. And let's add that to the words of wisdom. Like, I think it's part of Charles's accent that, like, really sells it.
There was a safety car after the Gabby situation. Before all of that, Lewis had gone into the back of Colapinto, causing him some pretty big damage. He also had hit Carlos in the beginning?
I don't know.
There was also another hit at the turn 1, but I do not remember. I actually have changing opinions about this. I also still am on team, like, I was kind of happy Oscar did this. Oscar took a charge on the restart. I think he should have.
That was the right move.
I think it was the right move. I do have some differing opinions about the penalty because, like, after some people, like, on the TikTok explained it a little better, it makes a little more sense. Where the stewards were coming from. I think in the end it should have been a racing incident, but whatever. But, so, Oscar takes the charge on the inside. Oscar was actually behind Kimmy. He wasn't at his mirror. Like, his front wheels weren't at his mirror, which is usually the point of where things change. And so, Kimmy turns into Oscar, which causes Kimmy to then go off to the right and takes out Charles. Just
completely the wheels just fall away every time. Did you notice somebody picked up Gabby's wing? I forget who it was, but people just like to steal the Sauber wings when they drive, is what I learned.
But it was the fact that Charles was so far away from Oscar and Kimmy.
Charles had so much space.
Just got taken out. It was so bad. But there's a lot of things where it depends on who you see as the person that caused it. And a lot of people see it a little more as Oscar because Oscar gained 2 positions. He hit Kimmy, caused someone else to be out in the race and gained positions and never gave them back. Even with hitting them. Whatever. I think it was a cool move. I think it was a racing incident. I think it would have been fun. Whatever. It happened. I applaud Oscar for trying. I do not blame him for trying.
He definitely should have done it. I don't think it was a bad move. I also don't know if I agree with 10-second penalty. It felt a little harsh for what it was, especially considering it looked like Kimmy kind of did turn in. And I don't know where Oscar was meant to go at that point, if he was already there, but also he was charging up 2 places. In my mind, it's more of a racing incident. I actually agree with you, which pains me, because I would like to disagree with you and be like, no, Oscar deserves it, because I think disagreeing with you is funny. But
I think I
actually agree with you.
It's just like,
it is more of a racing incident.
I know Oscar could have, like, braked a little bit more, but also his brakes locked up. He was trying to brake a little bit more. There's also...
I think if his brakes didn't lock up, we would have avoided a lot of that. So that, I think, is another thing that plays a part. I think if his brakes didn't lock up, it becomes more his fault.
I think if his brakes...
I don't know.
If his brakes didn't lock up, I think he actually would have ended up behind Charles and Kimmy. It wouldn't have worked.
Probably.
Yeah, but...
I mean, he didn't end up in front of Charles and Kimmy either, now did he?
Well, he ended up in front of Charles.
At least he did take Charles out.
Yeah. But there was a virtual safety car to get Carlos's Charles. Ugh.
You miss not Carlando's.
Charlos. Charlos.
That one.
Yep.
I don't care enough about the names.
I still have zero clue how this happened, but Max had somehow got a puncture and pitted during the first virtual safety car.
I think Lewis's damage or Gabby's damage ricocheted into Max's car.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, he got a puncture. Mm-hmm. And so they changed his tires. That's about it.
Then
it worked out for him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Esteban then pitted. for some reason. Also don't know why that was happening. And then we have the restart. Oscar was on Lando's behind at the restart and was in the DRS of Lando, and there was a little bit of a battle, a little bit of tenseness between them, but eventually Oscar starts falling back. Because he did have some, like, obviously the wheel that hit Kimmy's car was a little more damaged, so he did have to take care of that.
I would like to add that Charles lightly kicked his car when he got out afterward. He, like, walked back and tapped it with his foot. And
honestly,
I thought that was very funny.
He was so far away, and he was the one that got taken out. I would be pissed, too.
He didn't even kick his car. He literally went over and just, like, poked it with his foot. It was really funny.
So Yuki gained a 10
I texted you about that, remembered the visual, and had to share it with the podcast.
Yuki gained a 10-second penalty for the collision with Lance, which, when this 10-second penalty came up, I went, wait, what? Why is Yuki getting a penalty?
Yeah, they didn't show it on the broadcast initially, which is why I think my brain put it as, oh, he must have hit Lance to cause the crash.
Yeah.
Where Ollie spun. And that wasn't it. I don't know why nobody got penalized for that one, because Ollie, like, did spin, but whatever.
Yeah. Lewis had floor damage, which he was saying, like, he could not handle the car, and he was trying to stay out.
He needed, they should have pulled him in earlier. Like, I'm sorry, Ferrari, you weren't getting points. The car is broken.
Ferrari double DNF for the second time this year.
Here they've doubled DNF, yeah.
And then they've also double disqualified. So 3 races this year, they gained 0 points.
Double DQ, what that stand for?
The double disqualify, I think, was Japan. They were, like, they were underneath the floor, limit. It was either Japan or China.
I think it would have been, I don't remember that for Japan or China. But I definitely don't remember it for Japan. So my instinct's going China, but maybe I'm wrong.
It was either one of those. I know that. They disqualified both of them. And then someone else got disqualified. It was 3 disqualifications. But then Max was charging up that field. He had fresh tires compared to everyone else. He was booking it. And then we got the Oscar 10-second penalty, which, it was so funny because that 10-second penalty popped up on the screen, and his engineers took forever to tell him, which, fair enough.
Because you were listening to that, because I texted you, I went, Oscar's a 10-second penalty, and you went, no, he doesn't. And I went, they just said he does, but maybe I misheard. And Jamie's like, oh, wait, now I heard it. Like, it did take a while.
Yeah. So they took a second, which probably because they were strategizing what to do with the 10-second penalty before they told him. And so everyone was starting to look like a 2-stop, which I think was they could have gone for hards, but Fernando put on hards, and everyone was like, nope, that's not
good.
That's not good.
Yeah.
They were trying to get Oscar to go long for a 1-stop. And when they eventually pit Oscar, I saw this first. This was funny. So Oscar and Lewis go into the pits at the same time, and at the start of the pits, you just see Lewis get out of the way of Oscar, and I was like, oh, Lewis is done. Lewis is over.
One minute, I had something to say. We texted too much.
Olivia had something to say.
In a good way. I did, I thought. Keep going. I guess I don't.
Okay. Oscar goes on softs. They find out the softs aren't very good, and he has to do a 2-stop. Which Oscar was not happy about because, one, he did not want to pit at that time. Well, he didn't want to pit for that pit stop yet. They forced him to do that first pit stop. He didn't want to.
They should have. He was losing so much time.
And then the softs weren't good, and so he was a little pissed off.
They were losing so much time on his current tire at that point where it would have hurt him. The fact that he even waited put him behind somebody else. Like, his window would have been better if he had pitted earlier, from my recollection. So he can calm down.
Yeah, but
I actually like Oscar, but he
didn't like yell or anything. He was just like, I think the radio was like, from where I'm looking at this isn't a good thing, so like give me some good news. And they were like, this was the best solution. So
I think they should have pitted him like a lap or two earlier if they wanted a better chance, but I think he maybe, I don't want him to catch George, so I'm glad they didn't, but like probably would have moved him up a place.
Yeah. Then we had Isaac complaining over the radio, telling his engineer to not yell at him, and then saying thank you. Which is my favorite radio. I think it's so funny.
I think Max was up to like 7th at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Too,
Max was charging.
Oh, and then at that point, they flashed the Sauber on top of the hill, and he's looking over the entire track.
I never saw this.
To be at peace.
I never saw this.
He was really at peace. He was broken down. He had gone through 2 crashes that weekend. He could finally rest.
Oh my lord.
Went on a journey.
Oh my lord.
I think it was like a clip they showed for 2 seconds. It was like off in the distance. You probably wouldn't have seen it, but my eyes got caught by the bright green, and I came up with an entire narrative.
An entire narrative. Honestly, after the second virtual safety car, the second restart, Lando was just chilling out in front. Like, he had no problems.
I wonder if the better strategy for Oscar, I know the hards weren't good, but the softs weren't good either.
Tried
if they wanted to make a one stop, I think risking the hards.
I think they should have risked the hards.
Later.
I think Oscar would have done fine.
I think the 10-second penalty, I mean, at worst, you finish in the same spot, probably, because McLaren has pace.
I thought they should have done the hards, but whatever.
Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to bring that up because we should talk strategy every once in a while.
Yeah, I think they should have done the hards. Yeah. I've always thought that. Ollie was able to get past Nico, so Ollie was staying within points after his pit stop and everything.
We got crazy points for fantasy this weekend.
My favorite comment that I have written down in all caps: 4 McLaren good pit stops. 4 McLaren good pit stops. Why did you put that? I didn't put it in there. I put it in this. What I'm reading.
Yes, they did solid this week.
I think almost all of their pit stops were like 2.2. Like 4 McLaren good pit stops. It was crazy. Max ended up leading the race after starting from the pits. Absolutely bonkers.
What was it? GP was
like... Yeah. I didn't think I'd be telling you this, but...
Max genuinely might just be the greatest driver of all time.
Oh, yeah. Like, absolutely bonkers of a race.
It's like, he can't keep doing this, and yet he does. Like, I don't know, like, we have other greats in the sport, obviously, but, like...
Jesus Christ, Max.
The other greats, I feel like, had very dominant cars, and, like, yes, they might have had good teammates, but, like, this Red Bull is not that good of a car. Oh, my AirPods are dying. Okay, this Red Bull's not that good of a car, and Max is, like...
Yeah. He pulls a lot of speed out of his ass.
It's crazy.
Everyone thought that Max wasn't going to pit, but he ends up pitting. Which...
I don't know how I felt about that. I don't know if it's the wrong call or the right call.
I think, actually, if he didn't pit, he would have never gotten past George.
No, Max was already past him.
Oh, true. I don't think he would have ever gotten...
Max was in first. He had position. So would he have gotten passed by Lando?
I think he would have gotten passed by Lando and Kimi.
Maybe.
I think Lando for sure.
I don't know. Max is good at I mean, it's Max Verstappen. He's hard to get past.
True.
So, but, I mean, McLaren has more pace, and this is a pretty easy track to overtake compared to most others.
Yeah.
So you also have to factor that in. I don't know the answer.
I think he would have lost so much pace from degradation.
I thought he was going to stay in front, But I know Max made the call and still thinks it's the right call, and I tend to trust Max. So he made the right call.
Yeah. But Max comes out. George has brake problems. Which allowed Max to get by.
I was very angry when I heard that news, by the way. I was very mad.
But yeah, that allowed Max to be able to pass George. It almost even allowed Oscar, but there just wasn't enough laps left. But Max was on a charge for second, with Oscar on a charge for fourth. It was a Mexico repeat. A Mexico repeat.
I'm a Mercedes fan. I was stressed because I did not want it.
And I'm a Max and Oscar fan. And I was like, God!
So we were actively rooting against you.
Oh, yeah. It was bad.
Come on, Timmy. Come on,
Well,
George.
and then they were showing fights between, like, Yuki and, like, Liam, and I was like, we are not having a full Mexico repeat. Do not get that virtual safety car out here. Stay on track. Like, I was like, no. I thought Max was gonna pass Kimi in the end.
They showed a graphic of all the pit stops, which, by the way, I just want to see the difference between who's in front of you. I don't think they need to show many of the other graphics. Yeah. But I did find it funny that Lewis was at 4 pits DNF'd at the bottom after only doing like half the race.
Yeah.
And I'm like, tells you all you need to know about what
I was so pissed off in the end. I was looking at, I was mainly looking at the live timing just to see what George's lap time was versus Oscar, but I was so pissed off that they were doing it based off of the leader and not the gaps in between. I was like, guys, there's a charge for second and a charge for fourth going on right now, and you're not showing the gap.
The gap to Lando. Lando has like a 7-second lead. I don't care.
Yeah.
Go show anything else.
Like, please show me when Max and Oscar get DRS. That is the thing that is important, not where they are in comparison to Lando. But anyways,
that was not subtle.
The race ends Lando, Kimi, Max, George, Oscar. As the top 5.
I like just texting you all caps stressed multiple times.
Multiple times.
Really tells you my mental state around there.
And because of that order, Lando takes a 24-point lead from Oscar. Max is only 49 points behind Lando, and George is out of contention.
I mean, Lando winning this week puts him in a pretty good position for the championship. However, all it takes is DNF.
Yeah. With the Oscar sprint DNF, if Oscar doesn't get in 2 points on Lando, like this from this 24 gap, so he needs to get to a 22 gap, Lando wins the championship in Qatar. So Oscar does have...
I really want it to go to Abu Dhabi, so I actually kind of need him to get with it.
I think if Oscar's going to beat Lando anywhere, it's going to be Qatar, and it's going to be in both races. Because his rookie year, so this was... Qatar became a track in 2023. His rookie year, so everyone is at the same level of experience. And in his rookie year, he won the sprint race and got 3rd in the actual race. Last year, he got 2nd for both.
Okay.
So
he has a good shot.
He has never been not on the podium in Qatar. And whereas Lando, he was on...
Be careful not to actively jinx them.
Anyways, Lando, whereas the first year Lando was in 2nd, and I don't know what he did for the sprint. I know what he did for the Grand Prix. And then last year, Lando only got, 5th, I think. So that's why I think if Oscar's going to gain anything on Lando, it will be in Qatar. But also, both of them...
what happens, this season's been so interesting, and I really appreciate it.
And also, both of them are really bad at Las Vegas. So, that also says something, because Lando DNF'd in 2023 and then got, like, 5th last year, and Oscar also has gotten, like, 6th. Yeah, Max is really gonna come into play. Max is amazing at Las Vegas, so this is when Max will come into play. Like...
Max, we're stopping noises intensify. Anyway, my earbuds are going, so we gotta wrap this up quick.
So, favorite driver. Or driver of the day. Whatever.
Driver
Max.
George.
Driver of the day, Max. Anyways.
Max.
Easy Max.
I would throw Ollie in for an on-Max one, but it was Max by far.
Favorite radio. Mine was Isaac being like, "Don't yell at me." Because I think that one was funny.
It's always Liam from the sprint qualifying. Or not sprint qualifying, sprint.
And then, not taking into account your little trying to rig the vote. Oh, fantasy.
Jamie didn't do predictions.
I didn't do predictions, so we don't need to talk about predictions.
This week for both of them.
I didn't do.
I used no neg.
I didn't do too bad in the. Sorry, I get distracted easily. I was reading something. I didn't do too bad in fantasy. I think those two were both like in like the 60 to 280 range, and I was actually at 195, considering.
You're pretty good, yeah.
With having Charles and Oscar on my team, so
1-1. Okay,
you're fine. And then, last but not least, who do we think Ella is gonna curse? What?
I think she's gonna curse Isaac. I got Lando winning. I put Max in second. I put Oscar third. I said 5 teams would score. It was 6. I said Fernando would finish ahead in the sprint. He did. I put George on pole because I was really hopeful. It was not George on pole. I thought George would qualify the highest. It was Kimmy. I said there would be over 2 safety cars, and there were exactly 2, so I was not happy about that.
You did not do
Ollie
good.
Would finish ahead of Lance in the race. Lance finished ahead of Ollie. What the heck?
You were not doing good.
Options were Liam and Esteban, so of course I picked Ollie. I said Mercedes would score the most points this weekend between Red Bull and Ferrari. I was right. They said Ferrari would have the fastest pit. They didn't have many pits. It was Racing Bulls. I said no lead change in the Drivers' Championship. I was correct. As for F1 Fantasy, our league.
Okay, but our league is wrong. That's not like the official one.
But I'm just doing Brazil. I'm not going into the overall league because
that's an end of year
stats. I won this week with 285 points. I have McLaren and Racing Bulls.
You do not need to say what your team is. Just say the points.
285. Kai got 263, and Kai used the unlimited cap space that they put Ferrari as their constructor, so that kind of
screwed him over
for them. And then Jamie got 161, which is solid.
Yeah. But anyways, I think Ella is going to curse. I think it's going to be Max.
I put in a hit for the Etsy Witch to put on Isaac.
It's not going to happen.
It's the Etsy Witch.
Oh my god.
So I'm going with Isaac.
That doesn't count. Anyways. Blah, blah, blah. This was our podcast for the Grand Prix this weekend, the Brazilian Grand Prix. You will see us next time in Las Vegas, which will be interesting. Because I have a final the next day and it's at 10 p.m. Or the race is at 10 p.m. and I have a final the next day. Interesting.
The race is at 10 p.m.?
Yeah, so because of European fans...
It's 11 here.
Yeah, because of European... It's 10 p.m. Saturday. Because of European fans.
Had a moment.
So Vegas is different because Europe is the main focus for F1. So to make it so European fans have it at a normal time, it's at 10 p.m. on Saturday.
Thank God. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to watch until Monday.
Yeah.
And we podcast on Mondays, so like I don't know what I was going to do.
Yeah. But
oh gosh.
but that is the next one you will see us. Go follow us on all of our socials. We post these podcasts on YouTube and Spotify, and we also post some other fun videos on YouTube. More will be coming when I don't have school. And then also follow us on TikTok and Instagram. That's where we do our short-form videos. TikTok is our most famous thing. And then we also have Blue Sky, Threads, and Twitter. I was forgetting the name.
I tweeted this race. I remembered, guys.
Where Olivia shares her thoughts on everything and anything. It does not have to be sports related. She just does anything she wants. They're all
I forget. Like we do with our Insta.
They're all at 2OJ Podcast, 2OJ Pod, or OJ Pod. So we will see you guys next time. Bye.